have with us a supremely talented guest, the godfather of Indian jazz. He is an artist, a musician, and whatnot. Hi, sir. Thank you for doing this interview with us today.
My pleasure, Anushka.
So let's take you back to where it all started. Your inspiration into the industry, into the music, everything that you've created so far.
Yeah, well, for that we'll have to go back 6 generations.
It's a very long time.
6 generations of musicians from the land of Nepal, Kathmandu, where my forefathers were. He had heard so much about Western music and he was so interested in all that, and he wanted to see it for himself and experience it himself, and he came to Calcutta, and that's where I was born. And then eventually he took us all to Darjeeling, where I grew up. And my father was a great musician, one of the finest trumpet players in the country, and then he became a music teacher as well, and he is my inspiration, my teacher, who taught me everything about music, the ABC, and then he took me, of course, into the professional arena also, because he had a group playing in a nightclub in Darjeeling, and I got hands-on training to sit in with the band, and that kind of experience a few youngsters get a chance to. So he was my biggest inspiration, in music, and he taught me everything.
So your father played a great role in whatever you are today.
Absolutely.
So how did you got introduced into jazz?
That was a little later, but while I was still in Darjeeling, of course my father got me into learning classical music, classical piano, though my first instrument was the trumpet. Because my father played the trumpet, so he wanted me to play the trumpet. And that's why he named me Louis, after the great Louis Armstrong. So I was learning trumpet and playing trumpet, and then I got into piano and learning classical piano, and so I could play both instruments. And my dad could play both instruments. So in the nightclub we used to exchange roles. When I played trumpet, he would play piano. When I played piano, he would play trumpet. So we had great fun doing that. And I could read music. I was very interested in music, so my father was very happy about that. And I played with the band for a number of years. Of course, all this was happening, and my school was happening, and then of course college was happening. But side by side, this music experience was happening for me, which was great. And till such time where one fine day, my father brought a record of a musician that he wanted me to listen to. And he put on that record, and then he played that, and it was a piano player, just playing fantastic. And I asked him, who is this piano player? I mean, it's fantastic what he's playing. And he said, this is Oscar Peterson. And he said he's one of the greatest jazz pianists of the era. And I just told him I want to play like him. So that was the beginning of my training in jazz. So my father saw that, my interest, and then he guided me. He used to even write solos for me to play. And that was my turning point where I wanted to play jazz, and I only wanted to play jazz. That's how I got into jazz.
So coming to that, how did you get the idea of Indian jazz?
Indian jazz, that was after many more years really, because from Darjeeling I went to Kathmandu, I worked there. Then after that I came to Calcutta, and I had my own band, the Louis Banks Brotherhood,
Yeah.
and I was not doing any Indian music till then. Now it was the 70s now, and I was just playing nightclub music, pop music, but always interlaced with jazz, because that was my thing actually, yeah. Even pop music I used to play with jazz inflections and all that, you know. And then eventually I came to Bombay. And guess who brought me to Bombay? The great R.D. Burman.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then when I came to Bombay and joined the film industry, I began to hear Indian music. And one day when I went to a concert, somebody, a friend of mine said, let's go to a concert, some great Indian Carnatic singer is singing. And she's fantastic. So I said, okay. So we went and I heard this Carnatic band and this singer, her name of course I found out later was Rama Mani. And she was just fantastic. I mean, I just said, God, she's like a jazz singer, absolutely. And her scatting is something she feels and sings like a jazz singer, I thought, like a jazz singer. And of course the style was Carnatic, South Indian Carnatic. And I started getting ideas in my head. I said, God, wish I could, you know, collaborate with her and sort of mix jazz with the kind of singing she does. And I spoke to her and I told her of my idea. And she says, she's very open-minded. She said, yeah, I would like to try it. So that was the beginning of my connection with Indian music. And the music that I began to write from that period onwards, this was in the 80s, just close to 80s. And I worked with her, I started writing tunes for her, and she wasn't in Bombay, she was in Bangalore. And at that time, we used to have what they call these jazz festivals, which we don't have nowadays, called the Jazz Yatras. Yeah. And I was very much part of that scene. Yeah. And the organizer of that festival, one day just approached me and said, the Indian government wants to send out a jazz fusion group from here for a tour of Europe, and would you like to do it? So I said, God, that's great, and who would like to do it with? I said, definitely Rama Mani from the south and her team, and then of course I would need some jazz musicians also. So I auditioned a few drummers and I picked Ranjit Barot. Then I auditioned a few bass players and I picked Carl Peters. So these two became my rhythm section. And then needed a saxophone player. So I asked Bras Gonzalez, who had worked with me, and I was a big fan of his playing. And all of them agreed. And we went on a long tour of Europe in the 80s with this band which I called Sangam, and we did over 50 concerts in Europe with this band, Sangam. So that was my beginning of my romance with Indian music and jazz, and it hasn't stopped. It's still going on,
So how was
stronger than ever.
How was the transformation from you working into like clubs and all, and then coming into the film industry?
Very different and very enjoyable. But mind you, while I was doing this, I still had a band. I was still playing in a nightclub at Sea Rock Hotel in Bombay. And while I was doing R.D. Burman, then I was doing this fusion thing also. All three things were happening. And eventually, of course, then the advertising industry happened with me, and I was discovered in that field, and then got so busy doing advertising films and all that, and making a lot of money. And uh, I did less of film music and less of my nightclub, and I do only ads, making jingles, thousands of jingles, of course, and then touring with my group. And after we did that Sangam tour, we came back, and of course the Ramamani and his team went back to Bangalore. And I was here, then I said, God, I must continue this, I need people. Then I discovered a singer who I thought would be perfect for this group. His name was Shankar Mahadevan.
You created a band with Shankar Mahadevan.
And then I created a band with Shankar Mahadevan and a drummer which I was really fascinated with, Sivamani. And the band was called Silk. So this was my next fusion band, which is one of the best bands, fusion bands we've ever had. And the band still exists, and we do on and off concerts here and there. And this is my fascination with Indian music, and it doesn't stop there. I get different ideas, and I wanted to form a band without any vocals. So I formed a group with Rakesh Rasya, and then another group with Ravi Chari and Sivamani and Niladri Kumar. We had a trio called Asia Electric, and so many different kinds of music that I started writing, all connected to Indian music. So I'm very fascinated with this fusion of jazz and Indian music. But though my love for traditional jazz still remains, yeah, it's there. It can never leave me. But this is a new dimension that I've seeked, yeah, and enjoyed. Okay.
So in 2008, you were nominated for this Grammy Awards. How was that feeling of being nominated as the Grammy star?
I wish I had gone there to be in the audience
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. But that came as a surprise. That came about because a friend of mine, Yusuf Gandhi, in collaboration with another guy, Bob Belden, American saxophone player, they decided to do the music of Miles Davis, the iconic jazz figure, and they wanted to fuse it with Indian music. So they thought of me, and they corresponded with me, called me and all that, and I agreed definitely because it sounded a very exciting project. Miles' music with Indian inflections. So they came here, and then I arranged the music, and we recorded over here all the Indian parts. We got a lot of famous musicians to play on it. Even Shankar sang on one of the tunes. More than one actually. And then they took that, and I went to America and recorded some famous musicians there, their parts, and then the whole album was put together. And then I didn't know that they had presented it to the Grammy committee. And then suddenly we were nominated. And in fact, that time Yusuf Gandhi was telling me we would have won the Grammy, but somehow we became a very close second to another American group, which was unfair, I believe. People wrote, some papers wrote that we were the more deserving group for that year. But anyway, we came a close second. We were nominated for the Grammys. So that happened like that. And it's great, yeah, great feeling.
So your take on the current music? Do you enjoy the current music?
I think music should have a lot of variety. It will be so boring if everybody played jazz and everybody played fusion music. I think it would be a very boring affair for music. And this great, there should be serious music and there should be light music that people enjoy and people love to dance to and all that. And some of them are good, some of them are not good. And my really, what I believe is there are only two kinds of music: good music and badly played music. Not bad music. There can never be bad music because music is a gift from God.
Yes.
Yeah, but it can be played badly by some bad musicians. Yeah, so that is happening quite a lot, I see. But a lot of good music is also happening on a lighter note. Because I guess times have changed and people don't have time now to sort of relax and close their eyes and listen to music. Very few people have that kind of luxury. They are stressed out with their job, with their life and all that. And when they come home, they just want to escape into a land of entertainment without any serious overtones to it. And light music happening with nice melodies and nice singing and all that. It's great. At that time they don't want fusion, serious fusion music from Louis Banks. Oh God, it's too much stress on their brain. So I enjoy it very much, yeah. The variety. I enjoy the variety, yeah.
Who's your current favorite artist?
Current?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't listen to too many. But the local? International artist?
International or Bollywood, anyone?
Oh. Bollywood music, of course, is it's hybrid music, of course.
Yeah.
It's a mashup of everything that you hear, from serious to light, and Western music from all over the world comes into it, and they're good. They do a good job, really, yeah, because they take it very seriously to produce these lovely, entertaining songs and all that. And I love the music of course, Shankar Mahadevan, SEL. Pritham is also doing great work, and of course a lot of imitation and copying is happening, but they put their own stamp onto it. This is great, yeah, it's enjoyable. It's not going to win a Grammy, but it's going to entertain people.
Yes.
Yeah, really, yeah.
But
sing
people
along
enjoy
and all
the crappy lyrics and DJ tunes.
Yeah, and maybe Javed Akhtar Sahib is not writing the lyrics, but it's okay, because that again then will take it into the serious and heavy side. So the young guys, the young composers, lyricists and all that, write very racy lyrics and all that. People enjoy that, yeah. It's there today and gone tomorrow. Tomorrow there's something else. And just keeps on going. Yeah, absolutely. It's great.
So with increasing numbers of pop music and everything, do you somewhere feel the number of jazz followers is decreasing? And how do you get back to that level?
No, we cannot, never. No.
Is there
It's
no way to
impossible
get
to
there?
compete with pop music, popular music. Impossible. Yeah. There's just too many. It reaches out to the masses, yeah. And jazz cannot reach it out to the masses because we need a kind of an intellectual or discerning listener who understands the serious nuances of music, you know, and the depth of the kind of music that we play. So there's not the masses. They don't want to. I think, yeah, they don't want to be sort of burdened by this very serious music that they have to listen to. And we will never be able to compete with pop music. will always remain a niche music for a discerning set of listeners. You might say intelligent, serious, intellectual, sophisticated, and there are very few of them around. Yeah. So it'll always be niche. Yeah. Yeah.
So running from all the music and everything to your art that you've created, and I really love what you've created.
I'm an amateur.
This doesn't look like one.
Painting, I love painting because I'm expressing myself not with sound but with colors. Yeah. So it's not the expression of mine, and I paint like a jazz musician. Whatever comes into mind, I see something, then I sort of maybe adapt that and then do my own thing on it. Like I even take a pop tune and I do my own take on it, and then you will now never recognize it the way I will play that pop tune. Yeah. So those things I do in music, in jazz. So painting also same, unless I do a portrait like Mother Teresa and all that, where I have to recreate the exact face and all that, which I do. Yeah. Yeah. So it's connected, related. Miles Davis was a great painter. Yeah, there are many jazz musicians who paint. Because it's another way of expressing yourself. Yeah. Another avenue of expression. Yeah. It's great.
So to end it on a musical note, we will have Sir play a tune for you guys.
Ooh.
So we are at the music den where Sir has created magic, and now Sir is going to tell us about what he's going to play for us.
Yeah. So this is my den. This is where all the thinking and the creating happens. And what I like to play is what I call the electric jazz lounge music. By the name you know that there's going to be jazz in this, but besides jazz it's going to have a lounge feel, which is today's music, of course, that is very popular. Lounge music where people dance to, yeah, and enjoy. So just to prove that jazz is very accessible, the operative word for jazz is freedom, the most democratic music in the universe, because it can attach itself to any kinds of music and be part of that and to take it to another direction. So I thought of this that I love to play, to use the electro lounge music that exists today and which the youngsters really enjoy, and I want to reach out to them and expand my audience for serious listeners. So it's got a jazz, it's got a lounge groove, which everybody's familiar with, and it'll have a very simple melody which is vocalized, yeah, but I'll be doing an instrumental version of it, and it will have something that the pop music doesn't have. It's going to have jazz solos, yeah. So that's my take on pop music. So this piece is part of the new album that is coming out, and it's called The Theme is Love. Yeah, I'm trying to explore the various facets of love, and this piece is called Love Rush, and I have performed this live, and I'm going to play for you an excerpt from Love Rush. That was Love Rush.
That was a beautiful piece indeed.
You liked it?
I loved it, and it was a privilege hearing this live.
Wow.
So I had a great time shooting with you and listening to the amazing piece.
And I had a great time talking with you. God.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was so nice. Yeah, really.
So as we end on a musical note, can you please tell the viewers to like, share and subscribe to my channel that is called Guftagu with Anu.
Yeah. Well, I am really privileged and it's a great pleasure to be here talking to Anushka Sharma on this channel on YouTube called Guftagu. And I hope you're going to tune in and listen to what we are talking about. And there will be many more artists featured on this channel. This is Louis Banks here talking to Anushka Sharma.